Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. There's the website for Kathy McLeland if you're interested in it. Feel free to freeze frame if you need to, of course. Of course. Supportive Oracle Cards. You are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Rockpool Publishing on the back here is the website that they got. Feel free to freeze frame if you need that. It's rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. Just realized that was there. Well, it's the first time today I realized it was there. Alright. What do we have for Cancer? Wow. Like, what do you got going on? So, like, I usually, like, acceptance, yeah. Wow. Like, this is looking really good. What, is it, like, happening? Yeah, it's happening directly to you. See, like, you got a lot of good cards. These two cards coming in together, Earth and Water, are usually very compatible. Something that's really good, something coming in to stay. Stereotypical Cancer usually doesn't really care for change. But if it has to be a change, good change is great. And if it's gonna be a good change and it's gonna stay around, it's even better, right? So if you have to go through a change, if it can at least be a good change, and then if it's gonna be a good change, it can be at least stabilize it and keep it. I feel like that's Cancer. Kind of like, all right, fine, if we have to, but it better be good. And if it's going to be good, I want it to stay. Let's not keep messing with things. There's a lot. There's anxiety, though. Why is the anxiety here? Because it's change. It's like I heard it really loud, like, because it's change. Accepting the change is stressful, but it's good. Yeah, but you're like, well, we're going to see. It's kind of like when it starts happening, you're like, well, we're going to see. We're going to see if it's good. Like, I'm taking my time. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to soak it in. I don't know. There's definitely, like, something is changing. It's really for the better. But for some reason, there's a level of acceptance in the sense of, like, I feel like I was just saying this to Pisces. Like, the longer you hold on to it, the more it just holds you back and just holds you down. The more you kind of try to, like, I'm not saying you're just going to let it go, like, not like you're holding a balloon and you're just going to let it go and, oh, I'm over it. Not like that, but, like, the more you start, like, it's like looking at a child's room that's a complete mess. Like, they're 2 years old and they went through it like a whirlwind. Maybe they had a few friends over. The thing, it's a mess. And you're like, well, I have to clean this up. The kids aren't there, and you're like, it's not going to sit there all day. And if I wait for them to come back and do it themselves, then I still have to, like, mediate that, and I have to direct that. I just don't have the time for that. The sooner I get in there and just start cleaning it up myself, it's better. And part of you is kind of like, especially if you're dealing with 2-year-olds, like, okay, it looks like a mess, but who knows what I'm going to find when I actually clean things up, so I probably should, just to find out what actually is going on here. Okay. So, just kind of like going, all right, you know what, let me clean it up. And you know what, how I'm going to fix this, I don't know why we're using the 2-year-old analogy. It's kind of like, let me just fix it and clean it up. And the way I'm going to handle this going forward is we're going to have to regulate this a little better. We're going to have to find a different way to do this so it doesn't get this bad again. And like we have enough time to clean things up, and they're still here to clean things up the way they should, or it just doesn't get this much of a madhouse. Through the accepting of it, some really good things show up. It's almost like if you're a parent, and I'm using this 2-year-old thing again, and then you can see, like, you see how, like, they were, I don't know, something about it really just touches your heart, how they, like, they were lining up the animals in a certain way, or like they were looking after this, or like you could see the empathy, like you're really proud of like what your kid did. It's like you're having one of those moments. I don't know how to explain this because like 2-year-olds can't really read or write, so I don't know what else would be there. But it's like you're seeing what they did, and you're like, no, you know what? They weren't that bad. The mess isn't as bad as I thought it was. but there's some type of opportunity. It's like I feel like it's completely unexpected. It's almost like you're realizing like something that needs to happen, or like you're noticing, like if you're cleaning up this 2-year-old's mess, then you're like realizing how they're grouping crayons together, or like they did something that looks kind of artistic, or you're noticing like how they added things up, like you're noticing some type of aptitude or talent. It's kind of like that's like it's almost like as I'm cleaning up the mess, I'm realizing the potential of a situation, and I'm really excited about that. Like, really, this is pretty cool. The thing is, I'm using this very simple analogy, but I almost feel like the reason we're using a simple analogy is because until you start searching out what it is, it's completely off in left field until you see it right in front of you. It's kind of like, again, cleaning up a 2-year-old's mess and then realizing, the way they're grouping these crayons, the way they did this, the way they did that, I think they have some type of aptitude here. I think they have some type of talent. And I'm thinking maybe we should, try to expand on that if we can. I mean, I know there are 2, but still, you can still start gearing it that way, trying to search it out, seeing like if this is where things are going to go. I do think some kids at 2 start showing those things, right? Maybe I'm crazy. Might be. I've never raised kids. Can you tell? Don't want to. I'm good. That's a big job. That's a huge job. Huge job. Huge. Not interested. I think that's way too much for me to do. I don't know why I'm going there with that. Possibilities coming in, finding something, finding this avenue. Just by going towards it and just cleaning it up, it's kind of like, again, that I think it's that messy room again attitude. Kind of like I have to do it. I feel like I have to do it. So it's like the sooner I just accept it and do it and walk away from whatever I wanted to do and go into the cleaning the mess. It's kind of like I'd rather go, cook and get some of this other stuff done. But that's what I want to do. But I need to do this. So let me go over here and get this taken care of so that that's taken care of. And I'm getting possibilities, like there's a very caring atmosphere coming from the Cancers that I'm feeling this with, or whoever's reading this or watching this. I mean, you don't have to be a Cancer to connect with this reading, but this is just geared towards Cancer people, of course. I'm getting a lot of energy in the sense of like you're putting a lot of care into something as you're taking care of it, and that's where your possibilities are starting to really shine. The more you emotionally connect to it, the more you're going to see what you're looking for, the more it's going to kind of pop up in your face. I'm going to use these dice. They're just game dice, but they hone in sometimes in a little, what is it you need to do here? Accept the ending. And then the 6 of Fire, which is success. 6 of Fire, and then you got the 13, which the 13 is the Death card. That was the 13, yeah? I picked it up and then I put it down differently. But, well, what did I put it down at? 5. 5 is the Hierophant. So, but accepting the end of something, going towards something else, and seeing the success you want to go for. I just feel like it'd be foolish to say to a Cancer, like, just let go, just let it go. Like, I just feel like that's not going to work. I just feel like that's completely unrealistic to look at a Cancer and just say, oh, just drop it. Just accept the change and let go. Like, I just feel like that's not stereotypically normal. But I see, like, the more you let go, the more you go towards the future. You got the Lovers coming in, you got the Ace of Cups coming in, you got the Ace of Pentacles coming in, you got the Hierophant coming in here. So that was showing up. But it's almost like maybe you wanted your kid to be an accountant. We're going to do that child analogy thing. But then you find out they're very talented at art. And you're starting to think that's really the aptitude for them. It's kind of like, you know what? Let's just see where they go with that. Because there can be a crazy amount of success with that. There's art teachers. There's a lot of things in media you could do. There's a lot of... I feel like there's people who don't seem to realize how much you can do with art. I don't know why I'm doing that. Because I feel like that's kind of the thing. But I also feel like Cancer would be the person that would back that. Kind of like that's their passion. That's what they can be good at. Then I'm going to help them find a way for them to be successful, as successful as I can. So it's kind of like... That's, I feel like, the change, too. That's kind of like the change we're getting into. Kind of like, well, I thought they would be great with, like, doing accounting, but now I'm seeing that it's art that's really, making them happy. And they can do a lot of great things with that. And they can. I'm also getting, like, the balance of male and feminine here for some reason. Where are we going with that? It's like optimizing... the intellect with emotion, like that's like the ultimate goal in my opinion. because it's like intellect by itself is not gonna work. Emotion by itself is not gonna work either. The two of them optimizing each other and building on each other, using emotion to its greatest potential and having the passion to want to use the intellect that you have, that's where you get true success. And I'm feeling like you're getting a successful moment here. You're seeing where the two of these are merging together. It's funny because I keep looking at this like you're helping somebody else, but I almost feel like sometimes I see like people help themselves by, looking back in the past and seeing the child version of themselves and seeing where they wanted to be versus where they ended up being. And sometimes they reconnect to who they really want to be, and sometimes they really are able to grow that. Maybe that's where we're going with this, because I keep like, why are we using this 2-year-old analogy? It's so strange, in my opinion, to me. But I'm getting like this life journey you're coming forward to. It's like it's time to go into this next section, and it's time to do what you really want. It's kind of like this change is happening. I have to accept the change, and now that it's going to happen, now it's time to get in the path or the direction that I want to be in. It's time to be where I want to go. Cancer is a very huge supporting energy, though. They're very, very caring. They support those they love. Like you have to care about them, of course. Just any old bum off the street, no. But like if somebody you really believe in, you will support them. Usually, that's usually a Cancer energy, in my opinion. But this is one of those moments where it's kind of like you need to stabilize what you want, go towards what you want. There's this really great moment coming forward. I feel like I just told Pisces. I just did the Pisces one. It's kind of like maybe it's true that you could start at any time, but it's kind of like if you want to have that great picnic, if it's sunny, bright, and clear, you know what I mean. Humidity is low. There's moments where it's more optimal for a picnic rather than in the middle of the winter when it's sleeting out. Having a picnic in the middle of winter when it's sleeting out, I guess you could technically do it, but do you really want to? I'm just saying. Because that moment's what's coming up, and it's something you're going to keep with the Nine of Pentacles. It's going to be yours. It's something you'll share as you find necessary, but it's something you can hold and keep and hold tight to. And there's this moment coming forward where you're going to create what you want. You also have the Magician coming forward. It's kind of like it's time to make this happen. Something is leaving. Whatever's leaving, we need to let go. This does feel very similar to the Pisces read, which is, I'm kind of suspicious, like why. Can we get a little bit more clarity on like what you're letting go of? It's a little bit, even though I'm going on a little bit too long. Knight of Earth, which is like, slow and steady wins the race. And then the Magician. All this coming together with the Death card is telling me it's time to create what you want. I also wonder if it's maybe more pertinent to say it this way. When you create what you want and go get your direction, your life in your direction of what you want, you have so much more to give to those around you. So maybe there's some of you out there watching this and you're like, well, when I was young, I really did want to do art, but I was kind of told that wasn't going to take me very far. Maybe you were pushed towards accounting, for example, and you're like, I can do it. Do I love it? I don't know about that. But I really would like to do art. But it's like, what can I really do with that to really share with other people? You'd be surprised. It's kind of like if you got into art. I don't know why I'm on the art kick. You got into art. You started learning things. You started getting a degree in that. And you're going to find out, like, okay, I learned how to do this better, and I created this, and then somebody in my family or one of my friends thought that was cool, and I did some work for them, and they helped me out with this, and I did that for them, and I'm able to tell them how to do this a little better, and I'm learning how this works, I'm learning how that works, and maybe there's somebody with interior design, I actually helped them with that, and I got a couple opportunities with that. It's just like it's going to grow and build in ways that you're not expecting. But the more you go down a path that you really enjoy and love, the more these things are going to open up and show you that, like, this is where you're meant to be, this is where you really do shine. And even though other people maybe don't see the true value of that, as long as you see the true value of that, you'll be able to give more and have more that you're looking for. There's stress with making this decision, though. There's definitely stress. But I feel like the more you go towards what you truly want to do, the more your life is enriched, the more you can enrich the lives of those you love. Because that's like it's like finally connecting to that energy that really is you, and just letting it be and letting it be you. You expand more than you ever thought. It's kind of like maybe you made good money as an accountant, but you'll make 3 times as much being an artist. And it's just that people are like, well, you have to be really good to make any money with that. Maybe you are. Maybe you just haven't had the potential or the moment to really expand that potential. Anything else here? Yeah, there's a personal transformation. Personal transformation, it's time for you to have what you want. It's time for you to move forward with what you need. It's stressful to do that, but if you don't choose to do it, nobody's going to choose it for you. I don't know if that's harsh or if that's fair. I don't know. I'm sure I'll see it in the comments. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.